Good Friday morning, traders, investors at Wealth Creation Investing. My name is Matthew Buckley, and I'm the Chief Investment Strategist here at WCI. Why do I sound so happy when this week has been absolutely miserable, in my opinion, for the nation and for the market? Well, that's exactly why I'm actually happy, is because the market's been doing miserable. We're going to cover some bearish positions that we've had in our WCI model portfolio, and a bearish position that we actually entered yesterday afternoon live in the session that's up over 100% in just a matter of a couple hours. Looking at pre-market futures, the market's going to open up again down. Why? Well, before we get into the why, let's get tactical, and then I'll back up to operational and strategic again real quick. Today on the flight schedule, we have import prices coming up, but the all-important University of Michigan consumer sentiment. How, with all of this quote-unquote bad news, are the consumers faring? So it was 82.6, and that was actually revised down from 83.1. So the 500-pound heads are looking for 82.6 again. So is consumer sentiment going to come in line? Are the consumers feeling good? Are the consumers feeling bad? And Top Gun Options sit rep yesterday, that's a situation report. I covered how McDonald's, for the first time in a decade, has seen sales revenue decrease. Folks, when a food chain as big as McDonald's, that's literally around the world. China, I've been to Brazil. I've literally been around the world, folks, and you can always find the golden arches. When they're having problems, and a restaurant with $1 menu is having problems, you know that there are some serious underlying issues in the world. So University of Michigan consumer sentiment at 955, wholesale inventories, and then, hey, whoa, look at this. Our dear leader, is going to speak. Hasn't had a press conference in over 3 months, and he's going to grace us with his presence today. Maybe he can tell us why a Iranian or one of our drones was shot at last week by 2 Iranian fighter jets. Last time I checked, folks, firing on U.S. assets or firing on U.S. personnel was an act of war. This happened last week. Guess when it was reported? Yesterday. What was going on last week? Oh, that's right. Final, run up to the election. And after the absolute scandal, the disgrace in Benghazi, which, in my opinion, the president's going to be impeached for, and Hillary Clinton, that's why she's trying to get out of Dodge as fast as she can, is because she needs to get going before somebody at the State Department ends up in jail. Remember, folks, Iran-Contra dogged Ronald Reagan's second term in office, and nobody died. And people like Oliver North were actually trying to had the interests of the United States in mind. Their means were wrong, but the ends were kind of right. And it slammed Ronald Reagan's second term. We had 4 people die in Benghazi, and still nobody's answered why. And what happened between the 9 hours of during the time we sat there and watched these people die? As an American general and American admiral wanted to mount a rescue operation, they were ordered to stand down 3 times. Why? So last week, the Iranians are shooting at our military assets. The administration didn't tell us until after the election. After Benghazi, folks, our enemies haven't feared us for the past 4 years, but after Benghazi, now we're a laughingstock. Now Iran, their stature in the region is going up. They're like, whoa, everybody's looking around, looking at Iran going, wow, they're actually starting to fire at the United States. They've been firing at us since we were in Iraq, folks. Iranian special forces and Iranian IEs have been killing Americans for the past decade in Iraq and Afghanistan. Nobody really cares, right? This is horrible, folks. It's absolutely horrible news. Why do I bring it up other than the obvious that our administration, again, is hiding information about us that could potentially get us killed eventually? I bring it up because of turmoil in the Middle East. That's part of my strategic mindset. Another reason I'm bearish, another reason I have oil hedges on. So not good out of the White House again. So maybe somebody will have the guts in the press corps, doubt it, to ask the president about this. So like I said, everything's going great in the model portfolios I manage over at Top Gun Options and at Wealth Creation Investing. We had a great live trading seminar yesterday, Wealth Creation with Options it's called, where we put on an SDS, Sierra Delta Sierra, double vertical spread. A double vertical spread is a very bullish or very bearish position. I call it an afterburner trade. Why? Because when it starts moving for or against you, it goes. So this, let me break this trade down for you, and you can take a look at my strategic mindset, because here's what and this is out to December, folks. I had a January bearish double vertical on the SPX, or bullish on the SDS here, because it's the ultra short of the S&P. So you got to think inverted, so to speak. Think in fighter pilot terms of being inverted. So I believe this fiscal cliff, and the folks in Washington, when they get back here, the lame ducks and everybody else, and let me show you something real quick to help you with my strategic mindset, where I'm coming from. Here's the headline here. Now, Boehner said the other day, he kind of reached across the aisle to the president and said, okay, sir, we're thinking about some potential tax increases. You got to think about some spending cuts. Maybe we can save us from this fiscal cliff. Well, guess what? This guy, Senator Mitch McConnell, minority leader in the Senate, obviously the Republicans, not a penny increase in taxes. Now, Boehner, after coming out and putting his hand across the aisle, got it smacked by essentially any conservative by saying, are you serious? So the president loves jobs, but he hates job creators. So he's going to go after people making more than $250, which, oh, by the way, are a lot of small business folks. I know I do a lot of strategic consulting.
You see Walmart's price?
Yeah, thanks for the ad there, ABC News. I do a lot of strategic consulting with companies around the country and around the world. And to a company, now that the election's over, and now that there's actually certainty to what's going to happen in the next 4 years, they're laying off. From PepsiCo to Boeing to just a slew of businesses I saw yesterday announced layoffs. So here comes a train wreck, folks. That's my strategic mindset. There's going to be a train wreck up until December. So here is a bull put spread on SDS. I sold 20 of the D55 puts, and I bought 20 of the D52 puts as a hedge. So that is a bull put spread, and we took in a credit to do it in the model portfolio. Then I turned around and bought 20 of the D61 calls and sold 20 of the D64 calls. That's a bull call spread. And it cost money to do that. But guess what? I structured it so that we actually brought in a credit of 16 cents, 16 cents times 20 contracts. That was the credit that I brought in to the model portfolio. So I actually got paid to hedge. Okay, and here's the risk to reward, folks. It's 1 to 1.1. The potential to break even using at-the-money volatility is 73%, and there's our break even, $54. I call it $55. Our potential for a max loss of $5,700 is only 14%. Look at this. We're risking $5,600 to make potentially $6,300 in the model portfolio, and there's a 24% probability of that happening. So this is why it's called a double vertical. There's our bull put spread, and then on top of it, I have a bull call spread. And again, folks, don't get the bullish bearish terms confused here, because SDS, let me just show you, drive this point home, is an ultra short. That means as the SPX, the SPY go down, this goes up. Okay, so don't get that confused. So look at what the SDS has done this week. I closed out another trade over on the Top Gun option side in the primary model portfolio for a gain of $2,000, 214% in just 2 weeks. And as I said, this trade that we put on yesterday live in the model portfolio is up 128%. Or $410 in about an hour, 2 hours, when I was in the live trading session. And with the futures indicating way down today again, and with consumer sentiment, potentially putting another damper, this trade's going to be looking great. So have a lot of great stuff going on in our model portfolios, folks. Have volatility hedges. We have a bunch of gold positions as well, since the Bernanke policies are going to continue and the dollar is just going to continue to be laughing stock around the world. Our gold positions are going through the roof, which puts a huge smile on my face. And then finally, have a bunch of Chipotle weekly positions over in the Top Gun Options model portfolio that should, just based on price movement in Chipotle, should bring us another $2,000, $1,900 today in profit. So, and I put these two trades on, weekly trades on. You can see the X. That means they expire today. So there's potentially $4,100 in profit in 4 days. So great stuff going on in the model portfolios at Wealth Creation with options and also at Top Gun Options. Speaking of Top Gun Options, folks, if you're interested, Wealth Creation is actually hosting a live trading event next week. I'm going to be doing 2 live trade briefs next week. One Tuesday morning at I believe it's 9, and then another one Tuesday afternoon trading into the close. Go to this link, wealthcreationinvesting.com/trading-live. And folks, you can come peek over my shoulder and watch as I manage a model portfolio. I strongly recommend you attend because let me show you the SDS position I closed out the other day for, like I said, a $2,000 profit in 2 weeks. Why do I want to show you this? Because, again, this was a double vertical and it was bearish. All right, so here it is. This was out to January 35 of the Jan 51.53s. That was a bull put spread, remember. And then this was a bull call spread, the 55.57. Why did I eject from this? Well, the reason I closed this trade is because I believe in January the market's going to rally. Why? And I'm running short on time here, folks. Take a look at a chart of the SPX. Take a look at a chart for the SPX for the past 3 years. And what does the market do in January? After we have tax selling, and this year, folks, in December, the tax selling is going to be ginormous. Why? You know, at the end of each year, folks, people sell for capital gains reasons, right? And portfolios have to sell. Hedge funds have to, get ready for the new year. This year is going to be exceptionally brutal because on January 1st, capital gains rates are going to go through the roof. The taxes on dividends. Personal income tax rate, everything's going through the roof on January 1st, folks. So December is going to suck. Couple that with the debt ceiling. Remember what happened last time we had a debt ceiling debate and we lost our AAA credit rating? And the VIX had a huge pop in about 2 weeks and the market sold off. We're going to see that again. And oh, by the way, we have the fiscal cliff. But into January, folks, I want you to look at the beginning of each year. And you can see from my live trading event yesterday, I talked about this. January, February, we come out of the gate like a lion. It's a new calendar. Companies are excited. Companies think they're going to crush it during the year. And then what happens as the year goes on? Q3 earnings, Q4, what happens is reality sets in halfway through the year. So why do I bring this up? Because I am going to do the exact opposite of this trade out to January. I'm going to turn this thing around, this double vertical, and I'm going to get bearish on the SDS with this exact same position. So there you go. There's a little bit of my mindset and how I shuck and jive in this market. Like I said in earlier this week in the Top Gun Options situation reports, I'm literally weeping for the future of our nation. We're divided, and there's absolutely no chance that we're going to unify. Of course, I want us to be a unified country. I served this country for 15 years, and it breaks my heart to see what's going on. But there's something, and it cracks me up. Well, I'll close on this, folks. It cracks me up that, obviously the winners can call for unity, right? And that's kind of a code word for, hey, just shut up and do everything that we want to do. That's not the way our founding fathers designed this country. We have checks and balances. We have a multi-party system, folks, where we don't live under a king. We live under a republic, a democracy where we have what's called loyal opposition. And I hope until they're blue in the face that they continue to be a loyal but opposition. As a small business owner and as a strategic consultant to companies around the world, I see the pain on the front lines and in businesses. And it's just, it breaks my heart that they don't see it in Washington, and the policies that are going to be implemented on January 1st are going to be absolutely devastating for this country. So bearish up through December, and then I'm going to turn it around. Depending, and obviously this may change. So this is why you have to stay tuned to wealth creation, investing, and also over at Top Gun Options and all of our content providers here at WCI, because our strategic mindset may change, right? No good plan in combat survives the first bullet shot at you by the enemy, but it's something to deviate from. So there's my strategic mindset. So went a little long today in our Friday market wrap up, but I think it's deserved. Gold going through the roof. Volatility going to continue to increase. The market's going to continue to sell off. Apple, look out below. And if I'm going to talk about some Apple trades next Tuesday in our live trading event. So like I said, make sure you stop by and sign up for that. Okay, I got to go. Get ready for the market to open here. Got a lot of coaching. I do one-on-one coaching with folks. So if you're interested, you can reach out to us. But I have a lot of coaching events as well today. It's not too late to get started trading options. Here at Wealth Creation Investing, we have a program called Sunday Options. And you can click on the banner on our homepage here and sign up for it. The reason it's called Sunday Options, folks, is because you can hang out on the couch watching the Eagles lose, and in a couple hours time frame, have enough SA, situational awareness, to Monday morning start trading options safely and effectively, potentially, right? And you also can trade with me for an hour or so a week live in the market and watch how I manage our WCWO, that's Wealth Creation with Options model portfolio, okay? So it's not too late to get on board, folks. It's never too late to get started. I know a lot of people feel right now like, oh, it's too late to start trading options. The hurricane's already here. Negative, folks. This is in this storm, any time in the middle of all this stuff is the best time to get started, okay? And we'll teach you and train you how to do it safely and effectively and to manage risk. Like the folks that trade with me at Top Gun Options and Wealth Creation with Options know that my motto is happy hunting and make sure you hedge. We are hedged all over the place. And when the market turns around like this on a dime in the matter of a couple days, and it's going to keep going down, we have smiles on our faces. Okay, so got to go. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. I'll see you on Monday for our WCI's Monday Market Outlook. And then hopefully I'll see just about all of you on Tuesday's live trading event with me over at Top Gun Options. Okay, happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. Have a great weekend.